In this video, I'm comparing the Origin Live Resolution Mark IV with the Origin Live Illustrious MK3C tonearm to the Dr. Feickert Woodpecker with the Kuzma Stogi S12 VTA unipivot arm. If you find this information useful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, as it really helps us to deliver new content. The Origin Live package came direct from the factory in the UK, brand new at retailed for a little under $8,000 US. I purchased the table with all of the available options, which is the reason the price came close to the 8K point. The optional extras were the multi-layer platter upgrade, the balanced transformer upgrade for the power supply, the silver hybrid cable upgrade, the 5-pin DIN upgrade. I bought the Dr. Feickert turntable on the used market. When sold originally, it retailed for around $10,000, so both tables are roughly in the same ballpark in terms of price. Both setups are highly regarded in the audiophile community, but which one offers the superior listening experience, and which one is easier to set up and easier to live with? Let's find out. Starting with design and aesthetics, the Origin Live Resolution Mark IV embodies a minimalist modern approach that is both sleek and purposeful. Its low-profile design, combined with an attractive subchassis and plinth design, gives it an edge in both form and function. It's clear that every detail has been meticulously considered, resulting in a turntable that not only looks impressive, but is built to last. In contrast, the Dr. Feickert Woodpecker offers a more traditional aesthetic, providing a more classic appearance. While the Woodpecker's design is certainly attractive, perhaps even elegantly understated, it doesn't quite match the modern, purpose-driven engineering seen in the Resolution Mark IV. The Resolution deck arrives in several pieces, and there's some basic assembly required. The sub-plinth and the main plinth that supports the arm board need to be assembled, which takes a few minutes following the clear instructions. The arm is stripped down, so there's a little bit of an assembly procedure required before the arm can be attached to the arm board and locked into position. Then the tonearm cable needs to be attached and secured via clips to the plinth. While Origin claim on their website that installation should take around 30 minutes to complete, I was careful through the process and also recorded the unboxing process carefully, so I could reverse engineer the packaging process ever I needed to rebox the table in future. So for me, it took around 2.5 hours to get the table assembled, set up on the platform, leveled, and ready for installing the cartridge. The Illustrious MK3C tonearm is a breeze to install and adjust, offering a stable and intuitive platform for cartridge installation. This makes the Resolution Mark IV not only easier to set up, but also simpler to live with in the long run, allowing users to focus more on enjoying their music rather than fine-tuning their equipment. I had a small issue with the lightweight Zix Ultimate 100 cartridge, which proved too light for the tonearm counterweight. I had to fabricate a small head shell weight to add around 1.1 grams of mass to the head shell so I could set the VTA. So when it comes to ease of operation, the Origin Live Resolution paired with the Illustrious MK3C tonearm is impressively user-friendly. The setup process is straightforward, with Origin Live providing clear instructions and all of the necessary tools. In contrast, the Dr. Feickert Woodpecker needs no assembly other than adding oil to the bearing housing, setting in the platter and spindle, then installation of the tonearm. Regardless of the table body requiring little assembly, the installation of the Kuzma unipivot tonearm took way longer than the time I spent assembling the entire Origin Live table and arm. The Kuzma arm is a little awkward to work with, and it needs extra care and attention when handling the arm and installing a cartridge, as it all feels a little unstable, particularly when one's hands have a tremor. The manual isn't too clear either. Fortunately, Kat at Upscale Audio provided some photos to help with the arm installation and setup, without which it would have taken much longer. The Kuzma arm is a 12-inch arm versus the 9-inch Origin Live, so it's a little harder to handle when installing cartridges, particularly since it's a unipivot versus gimbal. I was never fully confident of having the cartridge and the arm properly optimized. I even went online and purchased the Dr. Feickert protractor so I could be sure I had the arm's pivot to spindle distance set accurately, as the process for doing so just wasn't very clear in the manuals. So for audiophiles who value ease of use and reliability in day-to-day operation, the Origin Live Resolution Mark IV with the illustrious tonearm clearly has the edge, providing a more straightforward and hassle-free experience, not just with initial installation, but it's also far easier to change cartridges than the Kuzma, which is a consideration for those with an assortment of styli to play with. The Kuzma has the facility for on-the-fly VTA adjustment, and that works well, but it didn't fully compensate for the other difficulties I had using the arm. So how do the two tables sound, and how do they compare? First off, let me just run through some of the equipment used while forming these opinions. I used a variety of phono stages and cartridges during my time with these tables. And I'll throw the list up on the screen, but my preferred phono stage continues to be the very excellent Manley Steelhead. The list of components and cables used is too extensive to itemize here, but you'll get a flavor from the photos, all of which were taken of the various system configurations in my main listening room. If you have a question about a specific component used, just drop a comment below. When it comes to sound quality, the Origin Live Resolution Mark IV really shines if your flavor is a detailed, dynamic, and transparent presentation. Its sound signature is defined by exceptional clarity, dynamics, and detail retrieval. The bass response is tight and articulate, offering taut and tuneful bass that doesn't overwhelm. The mid-range is open and natural, allowing vocals and instruments to come through with remarkable realism. High frequencies are smooth and extended, with no trace of harshness, making the listening experience both lively and engaging, but never fatiguing. The illustrious 3C tonearm plays a crucial role here, with its rigid, low resonance design that enables precise tracking of even the most complex musical passages. The Woodpecker gave music more of a live feel, with a slight emphasis on low bass and mid bass, an emphasis which extends up and through into the lower mid-range, manifesting as warmth and a sense of images, having a bit more substance and more flesh on bones than was apparent with the Origin Live rig. The Origin Live is a little leaner overall, presenting itself as a slightly more analytical tool, allowing you to see through crystal clear glass into the recording booth. Few turntables I've owned over the years have been capable of digging the same amount of information out of the groove and presenting it in such a musical and cohesive manner. So while the Woodpecker excels in creating a powerful and weighty foundation, the Origin Live edges ahead with its ability to retrieve more detail and convey a more dynamic performance. The Origin Live is detailed, transparent, and airy. It is extended and balanced through the frequency range and has excellent pace, rhythm, and timing, which makes it stand out in delivering an engaging and lively experience. While the Woodpecker presents images with a little more substance, it feels slower, less dynamic, and fails to deliver pace and rhythm with the same level of prowess as its counterpart. Both tables create a solid and believable soundstage, equal in terms of width and height, but the Origin Live pushes back further, and the presentation is more layered. This is no doubt due to the increased detail and air, which allows instruments and performers to appear more delineated on the stage. So, wrapping up, both are excellent high-end turntables, and each has its own style of presentation and each has its own set of strengths. The Resolution Mark IV, an illustrious combo, is detailed, airy and dynamic. It makes music sound lively and engaging. The Woodpecker with the 12-inch Kuzma arm offers a weightier and more powerful sound with emphasis on the lower frequencies, but does so at the cost of some transparency, microdynamics and pace. I could easily live with either, but I'm leaning toward a turntable that excels in detail, dynamics and ease of use. And the Resolution Mark IV with the illustrious tonearm has the edge. Your mileage may certainly vary. I can't help but wonder what stepping up through the Origin Live product line might bring, since the Resolution and Illustrious are both mid-level offerings. Perhaps someday soon I'll have the opportunity to find out. Thanks for watching. Please hit like and subscribe and drop a comment or question below. And for more information and the full written review, check the link in the description below.